I'm changing my life in 6 months, and this is how I'm gonna do it. If you're new here, my name is Julie, and I graduated from college almost a year ago. Since then, I've been freelancing a little bit, creating some content, and just living my life the best that I can. But for the past like 3 to 4 months, I've been job searching more seriously, looking for a full-time job. And if you've ever been in my position where you're on the job hunt, you know how draining it can be and also how repetitive life can be. So that's kind of what I've been going through for the past year almost. And I'm so sick of the life I'm living right now because every day kind of like blurs together. I'm either checking LinkedIn, applying for jobs, watching YouTube, watching TikTok, working on freelance projects. We're already in April and the year's already like flying by. So I want to take action in trying to change my life for at least the next 6 months and be in a completely different place that I am right now. That's where this video comes in. One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video and have it on YouTube is because I want you to hold me accountable. And that brings me to my 6-month plan, which I will put up here. I have 3 areas that I want to target for the next 6 months, and I kind of divided my goals into 2 sections. One is the big goal, which is by the end of 6 months what I want my outcome to be. The little goals are kind of like the small habits that I want to do for the next 6 months to make sure that I reach my big goals. So the first section that I want to grow is content creation. Are we surprised? Probably not. And my big goal is to grow my community on YouTube and Instagram, and to make it kind of measurable, I guess you can say. I want to reach 10K on each platform. I kind of just threw this number out there because I know a lot of people have found a lot of success in growing YouTube and Instagram in 6 months, and so 10K could be like attainable. But then there's also like other people who have a hard time growing, and so I feel like reaching 10K is a good starting point for me. And to achieve that, my little goals is to post 2 YouTube videos per month. I have been saying I want to post consistently on YouTube for like ever, and I'm so sorry that I cannot keep up to a schedule. The other goal is to launch a 30-day Instagram series, or maybe a 30-part series, I don't really know yet, but basically just to launch an Instagram series, maybe post like 3 to 5 times a week. I don't really know what to do it on yet, but I have some ideas. I might go into that like a little later. And then the other thing is, by creating content, I want to meet other content creators and also to chat with other creatives. As I'm posting content, that will be pretty easy. I don't know. I just want to have like creative people that I can talk to, because that's always fun. The second area that I want to improve is my lifestyle, I guess. And my big goal is to move to New York by September, or just move out of Boston. This is something that I've been thinking about for, I think, the past month, which I know isn't really a long time to be thinking about something like this. Moving out of Boston is something I've always wanted to do. If you don't know, I was born and raised in Boston. I also went to college in Boston. I've basically spent my whole life living in Boston because that's where my family is. All of my family's on the East Coast. I've also been thinking about New York versus LA, which I think I also mentioned in one of my old videos. The reason why I lean towards New York is because it's closer to family. I also have some friends in New York already, and so I know some people. I won't be completely alone, which is, you know, moving across the country like LA would be such a daunting experience doing alone. Another reason why I want to move to New York, I don't know why I feel like I have to justify why I want to move to New York, but like one of the reasons why I want to move to New York is because there's a lot of advertising agencies there, and I want to work in the advertising industry. I also want to hopefully work in like the entertainment industry, and I feel like New York is like a great place for both things. But yeah, I really want to move to New York, hopefully by September. I haven't told anyone that I've been thinking about this yet, so this is really between you and me. I'm hoping that within the next 6 months, I will get my shit together and figure out how I'm gonna move to New York by September, or sooner if I'm lucky. For my little goals to achieve this is, 1, I have to save money, obviously, to move to New York. And in order to save money, I have to make money. And so I've been applying for full-time jobs. I've been applying for like hybrid New York jobs as well, just to like see if I can get a New York job ahead of time before September. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from a couple companies, and if that doesn't go well, I think I'm just gonna find like a part-time job to save some money as I continue job hunting. And then the last little goal that I have for this section is to prioritize my self-care and find like an offline hobby like reading or journaling, because I'm always like online, whether it's for job hunting or just doing social media stuff. It's like not that good for me, you know, just constantly being online. So I want to find some things that I can do where I don't have to use my laptop or my phone or anything. My camera died, but moving on. The last section in my plan is personal development. My big goal is to grow creatively through freelancing, skill building, and language study. And I will kind of get into that in my smaller goals. For freelancing, I want to work with a brand. I'm not really sure how to do that yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. I also want to have 2 more clients on a kind of like reoccurring schedule, or maybe like one-off projects. A lot of my freelance stuff have been one-off type of requests, so I want to like find clients that would have me on like a monthly retainer, and I will figure that out as well. The next thing is to learn a creative tool like Blender, Krita, or Rive. Those are just some examples, but I'm constantly looking for ways to like grow my skills and like learn new programs and stuff. And so I think those 3 softwares are some that I've been hearing a lot about lately. I also think that it would be cool if I made a TikTok series about me learning these different creative skills, which I've already been doing on TikTok a little bit with like mixed media animation, which is a hobby that I started for myself in like November, October or something. But I'm hoping that like, I don't know, I just want to document my creative learning process, whether that's learning a new skill, learning a new software, hopefully like trying to answer any questions that other creatives would have with those tools and stuff. And then the last thing is to study Korean and Chinese for 30 minutes every other day. So I'd like switch between the 2 languages every other day. I'm Chinese, so I grew up speaking Cantonese at home, and then also another Chinese dialect. And then in high school, when we had to choose a language to study, my mom wanted me to choose Mandarin because I knew nothing, so I did. And then I studied that for like 4 years, but it's like iffy. And then kind of like as a self-study type of thing for fun, I've been learning Korean. I know how to read the Korean alphabet. I don't know what any of the words mean. I know some, like I have a few phrases that I understand, but other than that, I don't really know anything. But yeah, Korean is something that I've been trying to get myself to learn more of over like the past few years, but I haven't gone around to doing that. And then for Chinese, I kind of want to improve my Chinese skills just so that I can get better at like talking to my mom, because it's kind of embarrassing whenever I have to pull out my Canto in front of my friends. Yeah, so those are kind of like why I want to study that. And yeah, so this is my 6-month plan. This is what I want to hopefully achieve within the next 6 months. I will be documenting everything on my YouTube and my Instagram, so if you're interested, make sure to follow me. Thank you. And if you're inspired to start your own 6-month journey through this video, please let me know in the comments what you're trying to target and what your big goals are, and we can keep each other accountable. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see from me also, because coming up with video ideas is another thing that I have a hard time with. But anyways, I will see you guys next week because I am sticking to a posting schedule this time. Bye.